Şimdi efendim dijital finans öncüleri ödül töreni açılış konuşması
Now we're
yapmak
going to
üzere
have
sahneye
an
Cumhurbaşkanlığı
opening
Finans
speech
Ofisi'nden Sayın Necip
by
Fazıl
Necip
Kaymak'ı
Fazıl
alkış
Kaymak.
yapmanıza davet ediyorum. Buyurun.
He's going to give us an opening speech ahead of the awards ceremony. Necip Fazıl Kaymak is from the Finance Office of the Presidency of the Republic of Turkey.
Buyurunuz.
Hello, everyone. Distinguished representatives of the fintech industry, ladies and gentlemen. This year we're at the 5th Istanbul Fintech Week, welcoming numerous professionals, experts and speakers, and I would like to greet you all with respect. Welcome. When we think of the financial technologies in the world, in our country, Istanbul Fintech Week has a very special position. I hope that the event will be fruitful both for the industry and for the country. Fintech ecosystem development roadmap is a part of our agenda at the presidency, and the development of financial technology institutions and coordinations between public offices is handed over to our presidency. For 2024-2028, in the 12th development program, we are aiming to promote the infrastructure in the fintech industry. In the annual presidency programs, we are forthcoming, we are envisioning an experiential regulatory framework, and we are also working towards making sure that the industry is involved here. Like you've heard from Hatice Hanım, along with the Central Bank of Turkey, in the sandbox of payments vertical, we have been finalizing our negotiations. Hopefully, soon we'll announce what we'll do with the sandbox. The teams have worked fantastically, and now they're almost nearing the end of it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we believe that we have another important development. We have Istanbul Technology and Finance base that's in the works right now. Yasin Eroğlu, the CEO, is with us, who is really well-versed in fintech. We've been working together for a while, and we now have the management board. As you know, in Turkey, in the technoparks of our country, on the fintech side, I'm going to refer to an old idiom, but I'm not old myself. We have startups that start very modestly, but we see how they're challenged in bigger environments. Like, for example, the defense industry is very strong in our technoparks. So 2 startups by new graduates come in and want to make advances. So we wanted to have a themed technopark. So that's how we began the fintech technopark, the fintech base. Yasin, for the last 9 years, has been at the head of Istanbul Technopark, and fantastic preparations have been underway for the last 2 years. We visited our startups and we talked about it to them as well. Obviously, I'm involved in these kinds of events quite a lot, so I talk about Technopark, and whenever people see me, they say to me, "When are you setting up Technopark?" They keep asking me these questions. And other people say, "Well, others have made even more advancements than you did." But when you think of, for example, the bamboo plants, they become very, very strong, powerful at the roots first. So that's how I see the technoparks right now. They're rooted very strongly, but they will grow so much that people will be amazed at their growth over time. Actually, we have Fintech Hub, another project that we started a year ago, and Fintech Hub is like the following. So it's like an online techno park as a fintech hub, and here's how it works. Göksel Aşan, Mr. Chairman, and we discussed the project. So we're laying the foundations of the Istanbul Finance and Technology Center. And as you know, with remote work, developing, especially in the post-pandemic era, we wanted to make sure that we had acceleration programs with mentors and advisors. In a matter of a year and a half, the team has worked tirelessly, and hopefully we'll announce it, we'll launch it soon, and it will be like a sub-unit of the Technopark, but at the same time, the finance office of the presidency will have a department. So basically, we've handed it over to the IFTEC. Hopefully soon we will launch it. And then what else do we do on the international stage? We have international fintech cooperation programs, and along with industry participations in Malta and Qatar, we introduced the fintech ecosystem in Turkey. We wanted to make sure that investors meet with Turkish industry representatives. Soon we'll be going to Azerbaijan. So we did these events in Malta post-pandemic, and they were very efficient, really. Obviously, when you think of newly emerging startups, it can be quite costly for them to join international events. But because these are held online, those costs are completely eliminated, and we also wanted to make sure that startups from our country go and meet investors in other countries and vice versa, and hopefully we'll carry on in Azerbaijan. Another project, an important project, is the Turkey FinTech Guide. So let's say you want to have a startup in a payments area in Turkey. Obviously, it's a very popular area, but what kind of certification and adequacy reports and what kind of capital requirements do you have? For all these questions to be answered, you might want to have a guide. Obviously, sometimes bureaucracy can be a very big roadblock, but we wanted to publish a guide that's like a pill that you can take. Obviously, with every passing day, the qualifications required change, so it's up to date, especially for international events. The big question that we always receive is that, well, you have the Capital Markets Board, you have Mortgage Regulatory Board for banks, and then the Central Bank, which have different authorities. So we wanted to facilitate the bureaucracy environment through this guide. And obviously, our language needs to adapt as well, and we need to speak the same language. So the finance office also now has a fintech gloss that includes definitions of fintech terms. Obviously, foreign language terms are joining our language too, you're all aware of them, but some terms can raise questions among people. So we wanted to have a united, a common language. It's called Bilge. It has an AI server, and we share updates on our Twitter page every month. Esteemed guests, at the Finance Office of the Presidency, when we think of the future expectations of businesses in Turkey, we are monitoring periodically with surveys, and the trust index is used as an important parameter for the industry. Developments and data from the fintech industry are fed into the insights that we have in the report, and we're going to have a new version of the report soon. We're a little bit lagging behind, but we need to have some updates. Normally, we publish it in around January and February, but hopefully soon we'll be publishing the 2023 report. Our office also has monthly general outlook of fintech report that comes with up-to-date data. As you know, when it comes to data, there's a lot of gray area in fintech. So because we don't know about the exact valuations of investments and where those investments are channeled into. So based on all the data that we have, we share the data with you as much as possible. Developing open finance and internationalization of our industry are also other objectives that we have, and we also have the objective of making sure that our country takes the lead in this area. And we are very careful in moving ahead in our goals. Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my speech, I would like to thank everyone who's been involved in organizing this industry event. I'd like to greet you all with respect. Thank you very much. Mr. Necip Fazıl Kaymak, for your valuable contributions.